So guys, EA have released the European Road to the Knockout promo, so we have got both the men's and the women's Champions League. We've got the Europa League, we have also got the Conference League, and also today is actually the full release of the game, so no one's to watch by the looks of things this year. Straight in on full release day. And the official full release date with the Road to the Knockout promo. I'm very excited. I like a lot of the players that are in there. We're going to take a look at this Bruno Guimaraes Sbc and see whether he's worth completing. Now, of course, Newcastle are probably in within that group of death for the Champions League. Of course, themselves, Dortmund, Milan and PSG all in that group. They drew their first game away to AC Milan, which I don't actually think is a bad result. They have got PSG in their next game as well. So will this card be able to get the upgrades? We'll have to wait and see. But first of all, it's 4 segments to this card. Obviously great for links and what he can provide there as a centre mid. And where else can you use this card? You can also use him as a CDM, which is a good option. 3-star, 3-star. Obviously not out of this world, but I suppose because it's so early on in the game cycle, it doesn't matter too much. In terms of his in-game stats, his pace is nice for his position. Shooting from long range is pretty good. Passing's fantastic. Dribbling's very nice. Defending and physicality also pretty good. 6 foot in height. I would like him to be a little bit taller, but ultimately not the end of the world. 5 playstyles as well, which is great. No playstyle plus, unfortunately, but yes, some nice passing stats there, ball control, physicality as well. And the way these cards get upgrades, it's the same for all of them. Win 2 of their remaining Champions League games gives them a 1+ inform upgrade, and then also another 1+ inform upgrade if they qualify for the Champions League knockout stage. And for people that maybe are just new to football, potentially, obviously the teams that go through in the Champions League need to finish in the top 2 positions to qualify for the knockout stage, and every single team in the Champions League has 5 matches remaining. Game week 2 of the Champions League is this upcoming week as well. Games to be played on Tuesday and Wednesday. So in terms of what the card requires, it's an 85, 86, another 86 and an 87. Now, obviously, to people that have just started off the game, who have just picked up the game today, that is obviously ridiculous requirements, but he is there for the next 7 days to be able to complete. And one of the things as well, when you start off this game, when you're going through your milestone objectives and you're going through your season's progress, there's a lot of really good packs that you can get so early on. I think when you hit level 5, you get the option to choose like an 80 times 10 pack. And when you hit level 10, I think you can choose like an 83 times 10 pack. So actually being able to get the fodder up to afford a card like this, I don't actually think it's too bad. I think he's a really, really good card. And yes, they are in a very, very tough group where you can't really predict who's actually going to go through and who isn't. PSG so far have got the advantage, but I don't really rate them to guaranteed win all their matches and go through. I think, honestly, any team can win this group. I think it's a really, really hard group to be able to predict. There's obviously the potential chance that Newcastle might not go through at all, but I think they'll definitely win 2 of their remaining games. And I do think on the whole, it probably will be them and PSG that will go through. But as I said, it's a very, very tough group to be able to complete. But I think that's a really, really good card. And I think for your Premier League teams, it's worth it. And obviously, even if they don't get the upgrades, you've got to think long term as well. This card will eventually be at some point usable for an Evo upgrade. And when he does come around to that, you're going to be able to upgrade this card a lot more. So I think as a quality box-to-box from Premier League midfielder, and this is the thing this year of Evos, you don't just have to think on how this card will do in the short term in regards to the road to the knockout upgrades. You do have to think a little bit more long term, and you've got to think, well, hopefully an Evo will come out in the next 4 to 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, and then you can at least guaranteed get this card up to an 87 or to an 88. So personally, I'm a big fan of this SBC. I think we're going to see a lot more SBCs this year. We've already seen it with a lot of the ones that we got in the pre-release of the game, or the pre-release of the full game anyway. We've seen SBC prices be typically a lot more than last year, and that's my feeling because of the fact that we've got the Evos, so that they're going to be good long-term cards to be able to continuously upgrade as the game cycle goes along. But then also on top of that, I think fodder this year compared to other years is really, really easy to be able to get up, and evidence of that is how many good packs you get from completing milestones and how many good packs you get as you work your way through season's progress as well. So personally, I'm a fan of this SBC, and I actually think he's worth it as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.